And welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Mincho Network. It is Wednesday, the 15th of March, 2023, and it is 9:18 p.m. I'm doing these late. I've been doing these late for too long, and it's because I don't have a lot to say in the mornings at the moment. I wake up. Before I was waking up and I'd just be tired and I'd just like talk shit into the microphone and I didn't have a lot to say except for like what happened the day before. But nothing's happened in the day before now. And because I've been doing these late, it's really not the day before. It's like less than 12 hours before. So maybe I can recount stories or whatever. But what happened today? Today, Mads had the day off, so we hung out. We just chilled out at the place. Actually, I got up this morning and I had to wear a bloody suit. And I went in for an interview. That's it. I got called back and I had an interview today. And I think it went pretty well. Had to do a little math test thingy because of the nature of the job. And just been bloody hanging out, doing that. Oh. And I did that and it was a good time. And it seems like an interesting job. So I got a trial on Friday. So hopefully that works well and looks good and is fun. And means that I could have somebody employment coming back my way. And then I also have another secondary interview tomorrow morning for a different job. And so this unemployment thing's really just been a mild setback in the story of Mincho. I didn't think that it would happen in the first 100 days. In fact, I didn't think it would happen at all. But in the first 100 days, how eventful. While I'm like dealing with sobriety and all these other things, I've had a pretty eventful time. Oh, sorry. Just yawning. But what else happened today? Mads and I have watched a lot of episodes of the show Community. We watched Atlanta, which is like Donald Glover's show, or Childish Gambino. Most of you guys, I'm sure, would know who that is. I used to listen to his music back in like 2014, like when he first started popping off. But I never watched Community. I heard about it in 2013, but I never actually watched it. And then we watched Atlanta, which came out recently. After I put it on one day because I was intrigued, and then we watched all 4 seasons in like 2 weeks. It was so good. And then Mads and I decided, let's also we'll check out this Community show because we knew it popped up, and we love. I think his name's Ken Jeong, the Mr. Chow from The Hangover. That's probably what he's best known for. But yeah, it's been a good bloody show. We've been watching the absolute shit out of it. We watched like fucking 17 episodes or something in the last couple of days. We went shopping. We went grocery shopping. Did a grocery shop today. And we went to Aldi. And we're walking through one of the aisles. And this dude just rips ass. Just farts halfway down the aisle and just like keeps walking. Doesn't look back at the damage he's done, the faces that we're pulling or anything like that. But it was clear as day. And I was thinking maybe it was like because the floors seemed to be freshly cleaned. So it could have been that like the floors were squeaky because he just cleaned them or whatever. But no, this homie ripped ass. I thought that was pretty funny. And Madge was telling me because she's doing uni through Victoria Uni. They do something called the block method, where basically instead of having 4 classes or 6 classes over a semester, she has 1 class over a month or a block. And so they block out an amount of time where you've got to do a few assessments a month, but you only have to focus on the one subject every month. Sorry, I'm really full from dinner. Pardon me. And so that's interesting. But she's got for the next class she's got to do. I can't remember what it's called, but she's got to read 3 books, 3 novels, in a month. That is insane. Now, reading's not like a problem for us. So we read all the time, but it's an intense amount of reading to do for one class in 1 month. And these are like big books too. Like 300 pages is the smallest book. Everything else is bigger than that. That's crazy. 292 books, pages or something like that. And it just seems like a lot of pages. It seems like a lot of a lot to read, very intense. How are you supposed to actually retain any of that information? But yeah, I mean, I don't really have anything else to talk about. What else happened today? I went into the city for that interview. I got a call for another interview tomorrow. I had a we made this. I've got this recipe that I make, and it's shredded buffalo chicken, and we do it like you make shredded chicken and then you add buffalo sauce, and it's fucking good. It is a good recipe, and we made it for the first time when we were living in Canberra. I had this idea in my head because I loved buffalo chicken wings, but sometimes the wings are a pain in the ass to prep and cook and eat and blah blah blah. So if I made them into something that was a bit more like easy to eat, like you could just eat them in like tacos or something like that, we tried to have the go at that. And so the first time I made it, I made like this shredded buffalo chicken, but I like tried to boil the chicken in the buffalo sauce. So I had like just an excessive amount of buffalo sauce. It was way too much. And then by the end of it, all of the fats had separated, so the oils and like all the red like chili oil stuff was just sort of sitting in it, and so it lost a lot of its color. It went from being that vibrant orange to being like this deep red, and it was kind of gross. So and all the, like I said, all the fats had separated, so the butter that's in it had like separated to a point where it was kind of gross to eat and gross to look at. It stained everything that it touched, even your bloody lips. You just like be stained for a couple of hours. And then since then I've refined the recipe where I can make the buffalo sauce separately, and then you shred the chicken separately. And then once the chicken's shredded, you add the buffalo sauce back to it, and then it keeps its color and it stays juicier, and it's like so much better. And so we had that for dinner. That's become like a staple in our household, which is pretty cool. But I did think that by having a lot more time on my plate, I'd be a lot more motivated to do the things that I wished I would do when I didn't have time. When I was working full time, I was like always wishing I wasn't at work so that I could do X, Y, or Z. And now that I'm not at work, I have infinite time. Well, I mean, the same amount of time as everyone else, but like it's completely accessible to me and me alone. And yet I'm not spending any of my time doing the things that I would once before have wished I could do, like reading or studying or doing other things. So I think there's something interesting about that. There's like a lesson in that, right? Like I could sit here and I could say like, oh, I'm bummed out, or I just haven't been in the right headspace. And I haven't been working out. I haven't been doing anything. Maybe I need to get back into the gym. Maybe that's my next move. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow. I'll go back up to the gym and I'll start to put effort back into my physical health, to look after my mental health, and maybe when the mental's better, the physical, when the mental's feeling a bit better, I can actually start to do, start to focus on the things that I was wanting to do before, that I have spent the first 60 plus days talking about and doing. And then, one little hiccup, one little road bump usually sends me into turmoil, throws everything off. So I need to just, I think that's going to happen to a lot of people. But I think the recovery time, the speed at which my resilience takes action or takes play, I think that is something that I need to start to work on. And I think that I can start to do that like now. I can start doing that tomorrow. Get back up to the gym and focus, because Mads isn't going to be here. Actually put some time and energy into focusing on what's the word? Put some time and energy into focusing on myself, focusing on my mental health, focusing on my physical health, focusing on studying, focusing on bettering myself, bettering my future, actually being proactive and being an active part of my routine. Because I'm not afraid to admit that I've been rather lazy and rather complacent the last couple of weeks. And I think a large part of that, not a couple of weeks, last week or so, And I think a large part of that is to do with the impact that this setback has had on me. But I've hit my 10 minutes, so I'm just going to do that today. I'm not looking to talk too much more because I don't really have a lot to say anyway. And I hate chatting shit on this. I want to keep it relatively interesting. Hopefully that, being self-reflective is interesting enough. And also if it's not, I don't care because it's not about anyone else. It's about me and just sticking to it. I really didn't even want to come in and do this today, so I got forced to do it by Mads, which I'm glad she did, but also I need to motivate myself. It's not up to her. Anyway, thank you for listening and enjoy the rest of your afternoon or day or whenever you're listening to this. Just have a good time.